We're continuing on a little bit of a tarot theme here with the podcast. And today I am going to talk to you about the suits of cups and the suits of swords, the suit of cups and the suit of swords in tarot. And I'm excited to talk about this with you because I love tarot. It was my gateway into all things metaphysical and witchy, and I'm just love it so much. And also, we are celebrating here at the Sisters Enchanted like so many years of teaching tarot, and we're retiring one of our tarot classes. So just excitement all around. But we can't wait to keep teaching tarot in our holistic witchery program. So don't worry, we're not going to stop teaching tarot. But for today, we're talking about swords and cups. So listen in. If you love the podcast, be sure to leave us a rating or a review. That helps us to get the word out about all we're doing here at the Sisters Enchanted. Thanks for being part of our community, and we'll see you in the next episode. Welcome back to Expedition to Soul. I'm Sarah, founder of the Sisters Enchanted. Last episode, I believe, I talked to you about the suit of wands. Yes, it was the last episode. We talked about the suit of wands in tarot, but like, I love that story because I love fire energy, but also just this idea of what can happen with creation and passion. And when you have something that you love, the experience of it over time, where at first there's like this heat to your new idea or your newfound passion. And then you find yourself having like kind of questioning yourself, having to defend it, and the emotion that comes with that, where at the end it feels like a little bit of a burden. So I like looking at the suit of wands when I want to forward think my experience in an energy or my experience with a decision that I'm about to make. The suit of swords and cups is what we're going to talk about today. Swords is aligned with the energy of air and cups with the energy of water. And they are opposing elements. So if we think of the elements, air and water are in opposition, and air is also aligned with the energy of spring and water with autumn. And in that way, they are opposites as well, opposites on the wheel of the year. And we can really see the difference in tapping into feeling from an emotional place versus from a thought place, because it is two different things that happens for us. One of the questions that we always ask people here at the Sisters Enchanted is, how do you want to feel? And the suit of cups and the suits of cups and swords are amazing to investigate for that question. How do you want to feel? Because they really do capture two different ways of answering that question. One, from your thoughts. How are you currently perceiving the world around you? What is your perception about what's going on? And how is that what emotion is that putting into your body? And that's where we can see the swords. What are you thinking? And how is that impacting how you feel? And then the pure emotion, the pure possibility and expansiveness of water and emotion, the infinite ways that we can feel really, really good, we can see in the suit of cups. So it's really exploring this feeling from both the thought place and the emotion place when we look at swords and cups. So the suit of swords is probably the most confrontational suit when you look at a tarot deck. It starts as the wands did with the ace of swords, which is it's depicted as a hand coming out of clouds holding a sword, which is just like new thoughts, possibility and thoughts. But quickly in the suit of swords, I mean, I'm just going to talk through it. Uh, like I said, quickly, but we have the two of swords, which is swords crossed over a blindfolded person. So already we're seeing resistance, like not knowing what's coming. The three of swords is sometimes referred to as the heartbreak card. There's three swords jammed through a heart. And that's all there is. The four of swords looks very much like a person laid to rest in a church. And so that has a certain vibe to it. The five of swords is a person who looks like they've won a battle and they're holding the swords while the other people walk away. The The Six of Swords is somebody leaving, like they are going somewhere new, but you can't see who they are. So it has sort of like an escaping feel to it. The Seven of Swords has this energy of sneaking away. The Eight of Swords being trapped in a cage of eight swords. But we can also see the person is loosely bound and there is actually a way out, but the person's blindfolded, so they don't see the way out. The Nine of Swords is very much called the Nightmare card. And then the 10 of Swords is a person on the ground with 10 swords in their back. So that quick jaunt through the swords suit, there was nothing pleasant about anything that I said there. And when it comes to exploring how you want to feel, the suit of swords is really good at reminding us that the way that we are thinking about a situation, the way we're perceiving a situation, will very much indicate how, or it will, that will tie into how we feel about a situation. So if we are thinking this is a nightmare, if we are thinking I've been stabbed in the back, if we're thinking there's no one here to help me and I'm trapped, then that is how we will feel. And then we will move forward and take action based on those thoughts. So, air, spring, all of these energies aligned with the suit of swords in tarot, they are action taking energies. And when we explore our negative thoughts, defeatist thoughts, doom sort of thoughts, impossible thoughts, this will lead us to not taking action or taking action according to the thoughts that we're thinking. So if I say, how do you want to feel? And your head goes to, well, not like I am trapped. I don't want to feel like I'm being stabbed in the back. I don't want to feel like I'm living a nightmare. I don't want to feel like I'm confused and can't see the path forward. Those are then, when we think those thoughts, that is then the filter that we're going to take action from because we've put that into our emotional body. So the suit of swords does a really, really good job of telling this story for us and reminding us that our thoughts will dictate the actions we do and don't take. And we can learn those lessons in tarot. Now, the cups, by contrast, looks at emotion and in a feeling based way. So with the Ace of Cups, we start out again with the hand coming out of the cloud, offering the cup. And this is new opportunity in emotions, relationships. We will often look at with the suit of cups and the story here. How we're engaging with other people and experiences on a relational level in our lives, the world around us. Now, again, to quick highlight this suit, where the Two of Swords shows a person with swords crossed in front of them. The person's blindfolded, so there's resistance there. The Two of Cups has two people like holding cups together, like exchanging cups almost. And it's a like pleasant experience. The Three of Cups is three figures like dancing with their cups raised, like celebrating or like cheersing each other or something. With, of course, emotion, we do see ebbs and flows. So in the swords, where it was kind of a constant negative thought that was happening, with the cups, we see this beautiful, beautiful interaction. And then at the Four of Cups, there's a person kind of like huffing at the foot of a tree, arms crossed, and there's three cups on the ground in front of them, and a fourth being handed from this cloud, throwback to the Ace of Cups, and the person's like not accepting it. So it's a reminder too for us in the cups how our emotions, our emotional bodies have to be open to receiving the opportunities and receiving from others in our lives rather than getting stuck in the mud about our expectations, the way we wanted something to be versus the way that it is, because that emotional experience of possibility of a hand up or camaraderie, it's always available to us if we will allow ourselves to see it and receive it. The Five of Cards is similar to that in that we have a figure who is mourning three spilled cups, but isn't paying attention to the two full cups behind it. So again, looking at the emotional experience and the reminder to cultivate what we do have rather than putting our energies on what we don't have. And then that would get us in that negative thinking of the sword suit, right? So focusing on the full cups, focusing on the full emotional availability, everything that's available to you. With the Six of Cups, we see like childhood sort of energy coming up. nurturing energy from the past. The Seven of Cups is 7 cups in the air, each containing a different object, reminding us of the vast array of emotions, but also all of the choices that we have. We always have a choice as to how we want to feel and the path forward that we're going to take. With the 8 of Cups, we see a person walking away and leaving the 8 cups behind. We have these choices, but we can't do everything. We can't feel everything at once. We can't be everything to everybody. And something has to leave behind so that we can go forward on the fulfilling journey for ourselves. So, what I love about the Suit of Cups is that we do see the full emotional spectrum, the loss, the expectations not met. We see how we can't do everything and have everything. We have to make choices, and there's an emotional cost to those choices. But after that 8, we have the 9 of Cups, which is a person with a sitting with like this full banquet of cups behind the person. And then the 10 of Cups is just a rainbow of cups in the air with a family like dancing happily beneath the rainbow. So when we fulfill our emotional needs, we have this fulfillment, we have this happiness, this joy, sort of the end of the rainbow we have made it to. Uh, and when we think of how we want to feel in our emotional experience, again, with the swords, it really puts us in our thinking minds. And when we're in our thinking minds, it is very easy to think about all of the problems. And it's very easy to get stuck on how we thought things should be, how things aren't perfect enough, life isn't good enough, something's not right, and then we don't take action, and then we stay in these negative thoughts. With the Suit of Cups, it's really emotional based. It's vision and dreaming and what's possible. And if we ask, how do you want to feel? And we tap into that watery expanse of emotion and have all of these different ways of saying how we want to feel, it doesn't mean that we're going to sidestep the negative feelings that might be associated with the swords. But we're always focused on filling our cups. We're always focused on that emotional fulfillment and continuing on the journey to move forward. And so with the cups, we see this like a truer picture of emotional journeys, where with swords, it's really a representation of what happens when you get stuck in your head. So when I ask you, how do you want to feel with a new moon, or if we're doing like solar plexus chakra work and we're looking at confidence in your solar plexus, and I say, how would it feel for you? What would it look like for you to be confident? The negative thoughts can start to come up, and we can see those thoughts if we look at the Suit of Swords and lay that out. We can say, oh yeah, well, when I think I'm going to be confident, but then as soon as I open my mouth, I feel like I'm in a nightmare, or I feel like my heart is broken because someone's going to make fun of me. And then we can use the Suit of Swords to put words to the way that we're feeling. Versus if we're going to do this confidence work in your solar plexus, and I say, so what would it look like for you to feel really confident here? Then we have this beautiful picture in the cups to help you identify these positive emotions, and also to have a more realistic picture of the emotional journey toward fulfillment in that area and truly feeling confident. So, if you have a tarot deck, take the Suit of Swords, lay it out in front of you, take the Suit of Cups, lay that out in front of you, and compare the cards. What's the contrast between the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands, the Three of Swords and the Wands, excuse me, the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups, the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups, the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. Lay them all out and just ask yourself this, like, where do you get stuck in your head versus really in the emotional experience and moving forward for a full cup, for a full bodied emotional experience, and seeking the way you want to feel in this lifetime and making choices to act on that. Because in the Suit of Cups, we do act on it. In the Suit of Swords, we hold ourselves back out of fear and the negative thoughts that come with fear, and we don't act on it. So I love tarot because it's really, so many people look at tarot as like the meanings of the different cards, and they all do have different meanings, but they tell these stories, and they're these big themes within us and ways that we experience the world. And this one question that we ask all the time, how do you want to feel? We can explore it in a whole new, big, deep way by looking at the Suit of Swords and the Suit of Cups in tarot. Where are you feeling with your thinking mind, and where are you feeling with your full bodied emotional experience? And what lessons can you learn from that Suit of Swords, and what actions can we start to take based on what we're seeing in the Suit of Cups? A great way to use your tarot cards, not just for things like, what do I need to know today, or doing a tarot spread, but doing some really deep self reflective work with your cards and setting yourself up for success for a lunar cycle, the week ahead, whatever it is that you may be working on as you explore how you want to feel. All right. Well, there you go. Some peeks into the suit of swords and cups for you, new ways to think about it, perhaps for you. If you have not yet joined us for our tarot class, reach out if you need help understanding whether or not that's accessible to you for the tarot event we're hosting in August. But you can also register for Tarot Throwdown for a few more days if you wanted to grab that and add that to your Sisters Enchanted collection before we officially retire it. There is one video in there on how to make money as a tarot reader, which is worth the cost of registration. So it's a great affordable class. We'd love for as many people as possible to check it out. So definitely check that out, Tarot Throwdown, because we are retiring that class. And we're hosting a special live tarot event throughout the month of August in our community space for folks that are registered for Tarot Throwdown. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for hanging out with me for this episode of the podcast. I hope you're having a really great summer, using your Good Witch, Bad Bitch tracker to take to list out what you wanted to do this summer and checking things off left and right to make it an epic summer. I know it's been helping me really focus on what it is that I'm doing with my time and what it is that I want to be doing with my time, and sort of getting in all of the fun activities. And I'm definitely using the summer through its full time period into September, all the way up to that first day of fall, because I had a lot on my list and I need the time to get it all checked off so I can live my Good Witch, Bad Bitch summer. All right. Until next time, I hope that you have an enchanted rest of your day ahead. If you love the podcast, be sure to leave us a rating or a review. That helps us to get the word out about all we're doing here at the Sisters Enchanted. Thanks for being part of our community, and we'll see you in the next episode.